from the stage area when the shooting started. It was ringing off the top of the stage. You could hear it hitting trailers, people scattering, and it was chaos. I've never and don't ever want to ever be a part of anything like this ever again.
Yeah, of course. And so what happened? Were you playing on stage with Jason, and how long did it take to figure out what was unfolding?
I was standing there, I just come off stage before Jason's set, and I was back out there like we always do. We're all friends out here, and I was out there watching the show and wanted to support him. All of a sudden, you just heard a couple individual what sounded, you would ask yourself, that sounded kind of like a gunshot, And then next thing you know, it was just unloading on, like, no doubt, an automatic sounding rifle or some sort of machine gun or something. And at that point is when you could tell the chaos and the fear in everyone's eyes, and their demeanor was changed, and everyone just started scrambling for any sort of cover. But the way it's set up and the way that you can see where the guy was in Mandalay, I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel from where he was. I hate to say that, use that sort of term, but I mean, I feel so bad for these people, and we're all lucky. We were just talking about this. My crew, everyone else's crew backstage, we're so lucky that none of us were in the line of fire, because there's so many innocent people that were there to have a great time. That's what we're here to do for them, and they've lost their lives.
Yeah, it's just, the numbers are staggering. Jake, I don't know if you've gotten an update, but at least 50 people have been killed.
Yeah, I mean, when this thing started, and I got back to the bus, and that was another thing. This is not an exaggeration. This shooting was going on for at least 10 minutes. I mean, it was nonstop. And by the time I got back to the bus, after hopping a few fences, we were all laying down in the middle of the bus, and the gunfire was continuing outside. So this is something that was an ongoing situation.
God, Jake, these, look, this was a huge outdoor concert. I mean, there were thousands and thousands of people there. Before you go and play at an event like this, do you think about any sort of worst case scenario? What was security like last night?
Security is always great at these festivals. Our friend Brian O'Connell was the promoter for this festival. This is the second time I've been here, and I quite frankly was looking so forward to coming back here to Vegas and doing the show. They do such a great job, and I say that because the festival itself, they're great with security. And Las Vegas as a whole, with their responders, from the paramedics to their police department, I mean, everyone, you could tell people were doing everything they could to keep people safe. And but to answer your question, we don't ever step on stage and think to ourselves something like this is going to happen. And I think we're all so blessed and lucky to live in this country where we literally take this safety almost for granted sometimes because of the men and women that fight for our freedom. And it's just unfortunate that these types of things have now become our reality.
I'll say, when you started hearing what you determined pretty quickly was automatic weapon fire, were there moments where you were taking cover on the stage with the other performers, or did you run right to your tour bus?
We started running. I actually was on the opposite side of the stage of where my personal tour bus was. So I can't even get to my tour bus now. It's a crime scene. They won't let us on it. They won't let us anywhere near it because it was in the line of fire of everything that was happening over there. But I made it over to where all of our crew buses were parked on the far right side of the stage, where I still am. We haven't even left the bus. And I'm just, I'm following the news here, watching you guys cover this. And it's just something that's, now hearing that it's the largest mass shooting in our history of our country is just mind-boggling. I've got a little girl back home in Florida, and I just can't wait to give her, a kiss, and we're so lucky.
How quickly after this were you able to talk to your family?
I tried calling them immediately. I think it caught them off guard. They were dead asleep back in Florida on a 3-hour time difference. So I think that hasn't necessarily, I don't know if it's necessarily hit them yet. But we're all out here kind of in shock. I've got a friend of mine who's here that got separated from her husband. We couldn't get a hold of him, so we were all scared on how her family was doing. But now we've gotten word that everyone's okay. So there's a lot of people that weren't, though, and it was a scary situation. I wouldn't wish this upon anyone, and I think we all need to just continue to stand up and fight these cowards that are doing this, because this isn't what America was built to be. We're stronger than this.
Yeah. Jake, it just looks as terrifying as we could ever imagine. I mean, just the chaos that ensued, the terror of hearing those shots. And again, this is just such a normally happy, celebratory event. It's the Route 91 Harvest Festival. It's the 4th year of it. All of you guys, all of you country stars there play. Everybody was just, rocking out and having a great time. Have you connected with any of the other performers at this point?
I have. I've checked in with quite a few of the guys, and everyone's doing okay. But you hit the nail on the head. I mean, our job is to come out here and we make sure these people smile, have a good time, and sing along with their families and friends. And, I saw kids on their parents' shoulders tonight, and this is going to be something that they'll never forget. And it's up to us as entertainers and to continue to come out here and make people smile and sing our songs, and not back down to this, because we can win this. I truly believe that we're going to continue to do what we're meant to do.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, Jake Owen, thank you very much. Thanks for sharing everything that you endured last night with us. Obviously, we're thinking of you and everybody there tonight. That's good.
Well, thank you, and thanks to all the people and responders here in Las Vegas that really, I'm sitting here firsthand watching them out the window, and they're doing everything they can, and I think everyone, outside of even the responders, just the citizens that were here helping one another. I mean, we live in a beautiful country. I think it's important for people to remember that stuff like this happens, but we're going to all be stronger because of it.
Jake, thank you very much for that message. That is such an important message to hear this morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
John.